we've been talking a lot about the mindset of Shiba Inu holders, where everyone's thinking is at. And there's been this big shift that's been taking place. We've gone from short term, quick pump, want to make a quick buck type thinking towards more long term, sustainable growth type thinking. Okay. And there's this metric that is showing this is exactly happening. And it's also showing that we may be on the momentum for a much bigger move here in the short term. So I want to show this to you guys. So this is the MVRV ratio. If you guys aren't familiar with this, this is the market value to realized value ratio. And what this does is it essentially assesses unrealized profit. People that could be essentially taking profit right now, but instead are holding for much longer term thinking, right? For much longer term runs. So when we look at this ratio, we can see it's been on the climb for quite some time. And Shiba Inu holders that are in profit is actually at a really high level right now compared to what we have seen. Where almost 50% of Shiba Inu holders are either in or at the money, which is a great sign, right? These are people that could be liquidating and walking away with their bags and they'd be doing just fine, but they have a much longer term thinking when it comes to Shiba Inu. They're preparing for much longer term runs. Now, the interesting thing about this is that when we look at where this ratio is at, we are at the highest level we've seen since the launch of shibarium, a time where there was huge hype and excitement about what could come before we obviously came back down to earth. You know, the big, I don't want to say flop that was shibarium. Obviously, the rollout wasn't the smoothest thing. There were definitely some issues. Some people lost some interest. Obviously, the market went through a big correction at the time too. So people took some profits. But right now, this is actually a little bit more sustainable of a run. You can see some spikes, some to the upside, spikes to the downside. And there have people that have been realizing some profit along the way. But right now, momentum is building. This is something that could essentially carry us into a much bigger move here. I think people are prepared for some of these things that are coming. Obviously, possible success when it comes to shibarium, the launch of spot Bitcoin ETFs, right? Hopefully in January, right? We're crossing our fingers. We're hoping. Obviously, the big thing that not a lot of people have really been talking about lately is a possible big win in the Ripple v SEC case, the thing that the industry's waited on for a very long time. There are a lot of possible bullish things that are just on the near-term horizon, and that's not even to mention the Bitcoin halving and the bull market confirmation. I think we're technically in a bull market right now, but you guys get the point. There are much more bullish, exciting, explosive times ahead for Shiba Inu. And the thing is Shiba Inu holders are beginning to realize this. It's the reason why you're seeing far less profit taking. It's the reason why you're seeing a lot more sustainability in the market. If you look at what's happened in the past with price, we've had times in terms of BTC where we've gone on these big movements to the upside, right? And then massive spike corrections to the downside. But yet right now, we're actually still ascending. We're still building strength. The market doesn't want to turn back. And this is what I've been saying for a while, right? This is why I think we're in the bull market cycle. Okay. We got our multiple months above that 20-month moving average. We are still holding around this, 42, 43, 44K range. Again, still like to see us down around 40 to 42 to enter the year, but we'll see what happens, right? But this is signifying a lot of strength for SHIB. SHIB's strength has been building. Momentum has been building. Like I've said before, it's just about getting out of these rough ranges of liquidity. And the thing is if you have people down here that are holding and they're not selling, it's actually going to be even easier to escape these ranges. So I thought this was very interesting. I thought this was very telling for where we may be headed in the near term. But I appreciate you guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Hope you guys have a great day. Show your love below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.